For Andrea Decker's informative speech, this is my audience holding their PowerPoint handout. Hello, my name is Andrea Decker, and I am going to give you some information this evening about beagles. Why about beagles? Well, to tell you my story, I have a beagle. She's going to be 5 years old, April 2nd. Her name is Gabby, and there's a story behind how I got her. I had never had a dog before I had this dog, and in 2008, my husband and I were going through a transitional period of our lives as the economy was struggling. We both worked for a construction company that was also having a difficult time, and therefore we decided to move on. My husband began going to school as I was looking for work, and we were in a transition phase that actually, for myself, became quite depressing and just uncertain due to just all the unknowns of what the future would hold. And as I was coming out of that, one day I said, hey, let's go to the pet store. I want to see the puppies and just play with them. Maybe it'd be fun and it would cheer me up. And he said, okay. And so we went to the pet store, and she was with her brother in a glass case, and I thought, wow, what a cute puppy. She was about 8 weeks old, and I thought, wow, I want to play with this puppy. And he was like, well, we're not getting a puppy, but we continued to play with her and have a good time. I went back a couple more times, and through the power of persuasion, and I think the fact that he also, too, admired her, we acquired Gabby. And since then, over the last 4.5, 5 years, I've been learning a lot about beagles and their characteristics. And I thought I'd share that with you today in the event you ever consider a dog in the future. What I'd like to share with you today is information regarding the history of the beagle, their physical and behavioral attributes, and how they can be a great companion. If you would turn to page 3 in the handout that I gave you, you will see some information regarding the history of the beagle. Dogchannel.com provides some really great historical information regarding the beagle and says that it dates back as far as 1300 BC and was mainly used as a hunting dog. They became very popular between 1500s and 1800s in England, and they were hounds that were often referred to as the northern hounds and the southern hounds. They had different characteristics, but they were all used as hunting dogs. William Youatt referenced the beagle in 1846 in his book, The Dog. In regards to British aristocracy, they loved the beagle because the beagle was a dog they could use for sport and for hunting. And some of the kings and queens that enjoyed having beagles throughout the years were Henry VIII, Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth I, King James I, King George IV, and because of that love that was bred in England for the Beagle Club of England was founded in 1890. If you turn to page 4, you will see some of the many varieties of the Beagle. There's the Kerry Beagle, the Fox Beagle, medium-sized Beagle, and there's also pocket Beagles. Now that we know a little bit about the history of the beagle, we'll move on and talk a little bit about the physical and behavioral attributes of the beagle. And for this portion, I would like to use a visual aid, which is my dog, Gabby. Turn to page 5 in your handout, and you will see some of the attributes I will speak about. As you can see here, this is Gabby. She's a standard beagle. And the standard beagles, they say, historically were a mix between the Southern Hound and the Harrier. Traditional beagles of today are tricolor. They usually have 3 different colors on their bodies. Gabby has a camel color on her face. She's not wanting to cooperate, but she has a camel color here on her face. She has a darker brown color on her body, and then she has the white paws and she has the spots. Beagles also have what is traditional as a white-tipped tail. This white-tipped tail came in handy for the aristocracy and those that hunted with their dogs because they could find them easily in the tall grass as they hunted hare, rabbit, and chased deer and fox. Their ears are droopy and long. and they love to smell with their nose. Their eyes always have kind of an emotional look to them, letting you know that they want something, which is usually food or something to play with. If I hadn't said so already, their typical height is 13 to 15 inches in height, and their weight is between 18 and 30 pounds, although Gabby here is about 32 pounds, so we work on her diet. Behaviorally, beagles are peaceful with other animals and with children and families. On page 6, you'll see that their hunting instincts give them the ability to play hard, exercise, even chase things. So you have to be careful with them because they do need to be kept on a leash and in a fenced yard. They love food, and that requires boundaries as well. On page 7, you'll see some of the additional behavioral attributes that contribute to them being great companions, because they are loyal and they are a pack dog. They love to cuddle. They're energetic for walks and play, and they have to have boundaries and security. So tonight we've learned a little bit about the history of the beagle, some of their physical and behavioral attributes, and what makes them a great companion dog. I hope that in the future, if you decide to look into getting a dog, that you'll seriously research getting a beagle, because I know mine has brought great joy to my life. Thank you.